And good morning to you, and happy Thursday. So let's join our match referee, join Calex.
Viewers, welcome to the Darren Sammy Stadium to continue with day 7 and match 13 of the Dream 11 T10 Blast in St. Lucia. Today we have two matches, and the first match is between CHOISEUL and BABONNEAU. We have our captain with us today. CHOISEUL is Mr. Bronte Bess, and from BABONNEAU we have Siobhan Joseph. Since BABONNEAU is the home team, BABONNEAU will be the one tossing the coin, CHOISEUL will be the one calling. Heads it is, so CHOISEUL has won the toss.
Yeah, we're going to have a bowl first today. The weekend looks pretty much the same, even though it's a different strip. We lost our first game, so we'll be looking to come in and get a very good performance in and win the game today.
Today there's pure sunshine for you, so no chances of rain interfering anyway at all.
Hopefully not, and hopefully that'll be in our favor, and just go and give a good account of ourselves, give a great performance, and ultimately win the game.
So you're among the teams scoring the highest runs so far. Does that put pressure on you to outdo your last performance?
Well, I wouldn't say much. I wouldn't call it pressure, just more motivation to outdo ourselves and compete with ourselves while competing with the team. Better ourselves while improving, and then just go on and win every game.
Do you have any changes to your team today?
Yes, there's two changes to the team. Sky Laffey and Nick Joseph will be coming in, and Tristan Nobal and Stephen Fiofane will be staying out.
These guys, what strength are they bringing to your team?
Every player on this team brings their own unique sense of style and strength in the team. Sky a very good bowler, Nick a very good batsman, so that'll bolster our lineup in both departments.
Excellent, all the best.
Thank you, sir.
Siobhan, you did have an exceptional debut this year. Talk to us about, first of all, any changes to your team?
No changes, we're going with the same team today.
All right, talk to us about the approach today.
Well, pretty much of the same as we did the last game. Just go out there, play each ball on its merit, and try to get as much runs as possible on the board.
Give us an idea in terms of who you're looking out to perform today.
Well, as I keep saying, we have an all-around team, so we expect everyone to chip in and give in 150%. So we're just basically expecting everyone to come in and do well today.
So the two of you have scored the highest in the competition so far, so I guess there's a competition to see who can score the most today?
Well, if it continues this way, you're going to see a pretty high-scoring game.
All the best, Siobhan.
Thank you.
And starting with two slips, there's no gully. Ibram to this delivery, playing outside the line of the off stump. Brown looks in pretty good shape. We've had a little bit of rain last night. Certainly, my residence is a couple 100 meters from here, and we had rain. I would think that fell here too. Second delivery, Abram looking to drive at that. It peeled away very nicely. Nice curved away, and not too far from the outside edge there, Greg.
Yes, Bronte Bess, good delivery there. This one just touching just about out, just a little outside the off stump and shipping towards the slip region.
And very attacking captaincy, having the two slips. They've seen the grass, they feel that they can get the ball to move away, and that's driven out towards cover. Got forward very quickly, and slow delivery. Had to just wait a second or two and then pushed out in the offside. So 3 dot balls, 167 wides. We've had 13 no balls. So the dot balls are climbing, as this delivery is again beats him outside the off stump. Looking for the drive and just bare breeze, as they say. And good start by the bowling side.
Yeah, good start by Captain Bronte Bess, really bowling in the right areas. Luckily not to have picked up an edge there, Red.
Yes, you're lucky. And it's not by accident they've got 2 slips. They obviously feel that this ball is going to go wrong. This is hit down to mid-off and caught. So a good first over. Abrams played and missed, and eventually when he made contact, he lofted it down, easy catch, regulation to catch down at mid-off. They haven't got a run on the board, and already they've lost their first wicket.
Yes, the pressure was certainly telling on Abraham. Some free dot deliveries prior to this, and again raised. Good length ball moving away, and he was looking to hit across the line slightly. So the ball really took the splice of the bat and went to the man at the mid-off region, and he was caught.
So, bat start. Stephen Abrams going. Got St. Rose Bowl best, just for the records. And Monty Best leading from the front, so to speak. So Joseph and Thomas now getting together with the hopes of getting a partnership. We've heard that all the Australians have now departed India, and we wish everyone well there. We pray for all in India, officials, players, and the general public. Mike Hussey has in fact stayed back. He has some mild symptoms, but all the Australians, players, commentators, coaches, has gone to the Maldives for 2 weeks before they journey on to Australia. Best journeys in outside the off stump, and Joseph having a good look. So we have seen probably the most unproductive over in the competition.
Well,
just
first maiden for the tournament.
yeah. Well, strange thing is this is a white ball game. It's a Dream 11 T10 bash, but there was no bash, there was no edges, there was nothing being middled except the one that made contact with the Abram being caught down at mid-off. So, spin from the commentary box end, and it's going to be spin, off spin it appears, cover is out, deep mid-wicket is right back at the rope, and cover just getting there. Now there's an exchange of personnel. The man at the fine leg position has changed with the man at cover. So it's going to be the off pin of Zendage, and that's flicked away. Doesn't go too far. It doesn't even get off the square. But might have missed an opportunity of putting that away, Greg.
Yes, opportunity gonna big in there.
Floated up outside leg stump. Left arm orthodox. And this time, maybe a little bit of turn as he pitches about leg and turning in to the middle stump. So still, no runs on the board. And that's beaten outside the off stump. This time he goes on to the back foot. So, dot balls galore on this Thursday. Happy Thursday to you. Happy Thursday evening to those folks in India. As the delivery which is pulled out towards the forward square leg. Mid-wicket comes around, picks up, they'll come back for the second run. And finally, Roland Coxo, international scorer, has got something to record. 2 for 1. And Thomas leading the charge, so to speak. Now, mid-on comes the long on, and the sweeper is coming in, I suppose they probably know the strengths and the weakness of the two sides. That's again into the body, coming in with the arm, looking for a short single, and the non-striker really had to hurry back, Greg.
Yes, non-existent single there, Reds.
But a nice little arm ball.
Yes, Setaj has been keeping it really nice and tight.
Yes. So, Sindaj balls, that's hiked away, but that's going to the boundary as well because square leg was in the orthodox position on the circle and swinging it as it's pitched outside leg stump So some scoring finally appear in the second over, although it only gets it up to 6-1, 6-4.
Hi, I'm Tedison John of the Tedison John Project. Even when we're not rehearsing, we stay connected. Flow makes it easy with Flow bundle plans. My mobile phone, internet broadband to download and send files, my home office fixed line. All the services I need in one place. And guess what? The more services you use, the less you pay. Yep, get more and pay less. Guys, you can't go wrong on this one. Bundle today.
Got, just for a moment, whether we have a bowling change? No, we don't have a bowling change. Just the guy at mid-off was foxing us because he had the ball in his hand. So it's over number 3, very quiet start on this bright, sunny Thursday. As Best races in, and that's just coming onto the front foot and playing a check shot. Bonte Best, not a tall man, but he's got good shoulders, and so far he is bowled with good control.
Yes, he has bowled admirably. Really leading from the front as the captain.
So the leatherback's in a little bit of trouble here. That's a flashing delivery, no movement in the feet, but she's standing and deliver. First man who got that tag, stand and deliver, was the late David Hooks. That guy was a tour of Australia when he got a broken jaw from Andy Roberts. Best goes in and that's flicked away with more pad and bat there where they look for the second. No, he's sent back the non-striker. Well, the non-striker sent him back because he didn't think the second run was on. So just 1 to the total, 7 for 1. In fact, with David Hooks, the late came to broadcast here, there was a David Hooks stand up on the high ground. On a couple of occasions, he actually went up there with a camera. There's 2 slips for Bonte West, fairly wide apart as he goes in, and that's cut away very nicely. Nice looking shot outside the off stump. And the first time we've seen a shot with control, a shot with purpose, but it doesn't bring a brungie. It takes it to 8 for 1. Now this is the third over. How far they're going to get? They will have to have a real blast of scoring after the next 7.
And then they scored 100 in the first game.
Well, they seem to have forgotten that. And that's driven down to mid-on. The direct throw comes in from Sandage, but doesn't hit the target, and they take very quick run. So 9 for 1. We are getting up to this final delivery to end the third over. The game later, Marbella versus Viewfort North. But this is, of course, the BABONNEAU Leatherbacks against CHOISEUL. CHOISEUL will be quite happy with the start. Now, the second slip has been taken away and put down towards an extra cover position. Cover comes more to the left. And Best 1 for 9 goes in, and that's swatted away and really picking it up and hitting it hard. Not exactly movement to the feet, but he picked it up. He was able to cue it very nicely. So a big attacking shot. Total goes to 13 for 1. It was pitched up, and he got to the pitch.
Yes, a good end to what was shaping up to be a very good over there by Bronte Best. But on this occasion, Reds just pitched up a little too full and provided the whip where the batsman could really free his arms and really, as you would see, through the kitchen sink at it and over the cover region down to the vacant cover for 4.
Thomas moves to 11. But back to that Indian side in 53. They were a very good fielding side, brilliant. Got Kari at cover, outstanding. with the likes of Mankad, Modi, Hazari, captain. And of course, the one in 49, Mankad, Modi, Hazari, Adhikari, Amanat, Lala, Umrigar, Sindhi. These were 5 players. The West Indies, of course, won 1-0. High-scoring series with Everton the Corsi weeks, getting 500s, one against England at Sabina Park, and then 4 India. And was run out 90, and just fell short of 6 straight Test hundreds. That still stands today, after 1949.
Is that just a West Indies record or a world record?
World record. Stands today in 2021. There have been a couple who have gotten, 3, 4, but not 5. That's very wide off stump. Came up with a nice action, but the control wasn't there. St. Rose joined the attack. So St. Rose needs to get the radar working. Yes, another wide, 14 for 1. 14 for 1. So the football world is responding to the fact that the European final will be 2 English teams, Liverpool and Chelsea. Liverpool will probably not start the favourites. That's another wayward delivery, and most disappointing.
Yes, very poor bowling there by St. Rose. The opening bowlers certainly had kept things tight pretty much, and St. Rose really easing out the pressure and continuing to bowl wides in the tournament, Reds.
So St. Rose trying once more. Will he in fact make the batsman? Well,
and he seems to be going further and further away.
Well, very soon you have to change the number of wides you are allowed in an over. So 16 for 1. The name St. Rose and St. Lucia. Very aligned to the medical field. Here is St. Rose trying to link it to cricket, but he hasn't started all that well. And gets another wide, so what? Have we had 4 straight in the tournament yet? Maybe one occasion, a very tall fast bowler, bowled no ball.
McKenny from Castries. He had 4 no balls in 1 over, for sure. Yeah, McKenny bowled like perhaps the longest over in the tournament so far.
The sun decided, well, I don't want to be part of this. Cloud maybe just blocking the sun. Still a solitary slip. St. Rose trying once more to hit the target and does bowl a legal delivery. There's a flashing drive outside the off stump. We have had 3 overs, 3.1 overs completed. And after 3.1, it's slow progress, 17 for 1.
Yes, very slow going indeed. But most importantly, they have only lost 1 wicket.
Yes. But they really got to start putting the foot in the pedal very soon, and that's on target and driven down towards the long on position. So good to see that the score inches up off the bat. 18 for 1. Best, still fairly long over. Seems to have made a mark. Very important that bowlers stick to a mark and not use different marks. This is not a wide delivery. So he's got 5 in the over. And this has helped the scoring to mount a bit.
Yes, some 5 wides, and he has just bowled 2 legal deliveries.
He's getting the run rate up to 6 very soon, 5.70. So good afternoon to all in St. Lucia as we pray for St. Vincent and the Grenadines and all in India. Rose goes in, and that's so, well, makes commentary a little difficult, but it's all part of the job. You got to call it. If the bowler is wayward, and he's been extremely wayward. Captain now is coming to talk to him. What sort of advice you'll give to St. Rose if you were met off?
I'll probably
go around the wicket?
Cross him first.
Cross him. Yeah, well, I don't know what was the advice, but let's see if it will work out in a positive way. 20 for 1, Joseph is 11, Thomas is 2, the rate is 6. St. Rose balls, and I'm greeting you with the news that almost brushed the outside edge. All of a sudden, he got it totally right.
Beautiful delivery. And Reds, these are the sort of bowlers sometimes that get you out because they keep the ball away from you. As we coin the phrase, he keeps social distancing in the COVID time. And sooner or later, he gets close to you and he ends up biting the edge.
Yeah, the concentration is totally gone because you haven't got anything to really play at. So Sid Rose once more goes in, and happy to record that he's had a second delivery, which is 2 dot balls in a row. The total remains at 20 for 1. Joseph 11 of 10. Joseph is 2 of 7, and Thomas 11 of 10.
Yes, very long over there by St. Rose there. 10 balls so far. Out of that, he has bowled somewhat 6 wides.
Yes. Solitary slip. He's got 2 deliveries left in this over as he pitches up, and slow delivery. Batsman not looking to punch at it, just playing forward. I think there was an over in the life of the great Copley Ambrose where he had a series of no balls. He just couldn't hit the mark.
Reds, I remember a few years ago we went to CHOISEUL to play, and one of our bowlers, he had 23 deliveries in an over.
Oh, good Lord. That's driven well, and it beats the cover. Mid-off is after it. It's touch and go. I think he will get there. In fact, he pulls up, and the hamstring maybe, cramp, I'm not too sure. He was running fairly quickly after it, and then all of a sudden you can see him starting to pull up. So he is now lying on the ground just outside of our view, so it must be pretty bad. They will have to, of course, try and stretch it out if it at all is possible to revive him.
Have you ever wondered how money can work for you? At Fix, we offer several investment options that can do just that. One option is the fixed deposit, which is a short-term investment where funds are deposited for a minimum of 1 year at an attractive rate, better than anywhere else. The fixed deposit is unique and tailored for both individuals and institutional investors, and gives you the option to reinvest for another period after maturity. For more information, call Fix today at 458-8700 or 458-8740, or email Fix at info@fixlimited.com. Fix, firm and upright.
Entirely, but the umpires could rule that substitute come on, so they can get on with the game.
Yeah, the substitute is actually coming in.
Right, good.
It's on field already.
So, fourth over. Clive Jules will be your next commentator. We've got a farmer in Greg Wilson. We have a country boy in Clive Jules. But I say country boy with respect because I am a former country boy from the depth of the Essequibo. My late father was a farmer. So Greg, you'll be happy to hear about that. My late father was a farmer.
Yes, but I would want to know your prowess in farming, Reds.
Pardon?
Your prowess in farming.
No.
Do you grow even flowers at home?
No.
Or the wife does
yes.
all of that?
Flowers, yes, I plant. Please come. Oh, yes, you are to come. You will see that I did plant a number of things which are flourishing, but my wife also likes flowers. So in the meantime, we are about to start the fifth over. We get back to the cricket. 24 for 1. BABONNEAU struggling. Joseph in strike. And he is being a spectator because of all the wides. Thomas has gone to 15. And the partnership, because of the wides, have actually moved to 24. So the Alexander, who bowls that always appreciated back in the hand stuff. The West Indies have had, of course, Inchinali, the late. And of course, Garfield was bowled in, what, 3 or 4 different styles. Alexander, a fairly long run. 25 for 1, Alexander bowls. And that's hiked away and down to a square leg. Just want to check with Greg whether it dropped just short.
No, it did not carry at all, right?
Didn't carry at all, yeah. I was looking for it down to deep square leg and realized that the man had a fine leg position was picking it up. Joseph 3, Thomas 16, 1 for 26. That's tucked away again, down to square leg. Square leg attacks it, and just a single. You faced Alexander in your
local cricket, yeah.
Found them difficult? Spun the ball?
Yeah, before he used to spin the ball much more than he is now.
Oh. So he goes bowl home and keep a blocked our view and trying to make room to hit it through cover. And we were talking about whether it spun, certainly spun enough to hit the leg stump. So good blow by the back of the arm spitter, 27 for 2. So the new bowler has struck it rich.
Yeah, good breakthrough there by Audie Alexander. BABONNEAU is really struggling. Caleb Thomas, some 14 deliveries for his 16. Very timely breakthrough there, Reds.
Yes, and like whatever happened there, there's some damage to the stump because the umpire is calling on the ground staff to replace the stump that was hit. Whether there's a crack, it wasn't broken in two. We've seen that many times. And yes, it's
Antoine.
Stump is exchanged, 27 for 2. Alexander's got 1 for 3, 1 for 3. 2 hours remaining, 2 deliveries remaining in the fifth over.
Reds, I just want to give our fellow commentator a bit of work very quickly. If you could tell me about how many siblings you have played for the various teams. It's something I just noticed this morning. Quite a few of the teams have siblings playing for them.
Well, that's great. That's great.
So just something to tickle his mind quickly there.
So there's something in the genes. You've seen that Mike Utterton's son has got a contract with, I think, Middlesex batsman. This is pitched up. Alexander feeds well to his own bowling as the bowler drives it down to a very straight mid-off. So 1 delivery to end the fifth over, and Clivus will take over the commentary as Alexander goes in, and Antoine gets it out towards mid-wicket. They look for one, looking a real kind of slight hesitance. I felt there was a hesitation on the turn. Once you hesitate, you're going to be in trouble. And on top of that, the return was a very good one, Greg. 27 for 3 at the end of the fifth over. The return was very smart, not wide, which will give the batsman an extra second. And they're 3 for 27, yes. 4.5 overs.
Good feeling there by the fieldsman coming off the square leg boundary. He really attacked the delivery, swept dog, picked up, and in one motion, Reds through on the bounce to wicketkeeper Jason Timer, who took off the bails, and young Zaire found one thing, he was short of his ground.
So, CHOISEUL continuing to do well. They're making inroads. It's 3 for 28. 3 for 28. We have had 5 overs completed. New batsman striding, taking his card. Time for me to vacate this chair and allow Clive West to come in.
Yes, the CHOISEUL Coal Pot should be very pleased with the effort at the halfway stage. Some 3 wickets down, but most importantly, the measly total of just 28 runs on the teens.
Hello, Greg, and good afternoon to our viewers here in St. Lucia, and good evening to our viewers over in India. It's a beautiful day for cricket here, and the CHOISEUL Coal Pots taking full advantage of the conditions here as Alvinus Simon bowls outside off stump and the cross batted shot, but this one is hit straight. A very peculiar shot there by the batsman Joseph.
Yes.
We have 2 Josephs at the wicket.
Yes, yeah, Alex Joseph and Siobhan Joseph.
And
Alex is the left-hander. He's in strike now.
It was Captain Siobhan Joseph who scored that run on that occasion and pushing the score to 29 for 3. And for the first time, Alex Joseph on strike. We know Alex Joseph as an opener, Greg.
Yes, last year he opened the inning. He also wicket keeps and goal keeps as well in football.
So he's a specialist keeper, if we can call him that. It's Alex Joseph, and he faces up to Simon. This one is pitched outside the leg and turning in towards the leg stump. Alex Joseph just works this one towards the short line leg, and it comes through. It actually came up the pads, and 1 run to the total 30 for 3. Very, very slow going by the Leatherbacks, BABONNEAU Leatherbacks, Greg Wilson.
Yes, slow going indeed. The first game they got to 101.
And today, at the rate they will fall far short of that 100. They need to step on it if they are to get anywhere close to a respectable total. 5.45 at the moment. Siobhan Joseph, Captain Siobhan Joseph, he's batting on 5. And Alex Joseph yet to get off the mark. And Siobhan Joseph is helping himself out towards the backward square. Goes over the boundary. That is some hitting by Siobhan Joseph. Just stepping into the line and picking this one from outside off and helping himself to 6 runs, Greg.
Yes, good shot indeed by Alex Joseph. Alvinus Simon just straying a bit on this occasion, and Joseph really capitalizing on what was a loose delivery.
Very loose from Simon, and this time he's outside of stump, and he's too far outside of stump. Jason Simon, wicketkeeper for Coal Pots, a very sharp take, but umpire Alan Ashby, is not interested, and he will signal the wide, and correctly so. Yep, certainly so. And this time he's on target, but still outside of stump. Siobhan is swinging at this one, missing Siobhan Joseph. The score remains on 36 for 3. And this run rate has gone up to 6.34. Simon will bowl to Joseph Siobhan outside of stump again. And very smart take from Jason Simon.
My name is Godfrey. I have been doing cassava from young with my mom. She showed me everything to do with cassava, how to grate it to prepare the semi-dry. I enjoy making it. It's my life. That's my canoes.
Full 100. First National Bank, Kendall M. Gill Chambers. These are our sponsors helping to bring this coverage to you as we continue here at the Darren Sammy Grounds. The sun is with us again, Greg Wilson.
Yes, slow going there by the Leatherbacks. 37 after 6. In the first match, Clivers, they were 50 for 1. at the end of the 6th over. So they are 14 runs short and they have lost 2 more wickets.
Very, very slow going from the BABONNEAU Leatherbacks. They're playing on a different wicket and they're facing up to a different opposition. And it's CHOISEUL Coalports winning the toss and favoring. They thought the conditions would favor them bowling first, and they decided to do that. And they've proven, outside of 1 over from St. Rose, that with many, many wides, they've kept it pretty quiet by their standards.
Yes, that first over from St. Rose considered some 11 runs, and my memory still reminds some 6 or 7 wides in there. 6 wides.
6 wides in his 11 runs. And we will see the introduction of young Sky Lafay. And he will be bowling to Alex Joseph. Around the wicket to Alex Joseph, and well up to him, driving back past the bowler. He goes down, but not before that ball fizzes past him. And they come through for 1 more to the total. Alex Joseph has moved to 7. And Siobhan Joseph, Alex Joseph is off the mark, and Siobhan Joseph is on 11. The score 38 for 3. Sky Lafay has opted to go over the wicket now for the right-handed Siobhan Joseph. And Lafay bowls to Joseph. Joseph is driving out towards a wideish long off. The fielder comes around. A good return there. A good movement. The ball was timed very well, and just restricting them to 1.
Yes, good work there by Junior Teapot Henry, moving smartly to his left and just picking this one and firing it into the wicketkeeper Jason Simon.
The Coalports have given a good exhibition in the field for this match up to this point. It's Lafay again in towards Alex, and Alex is driving out towards the deep cover, and that goes over the boundary. 4 lovely runs from Alex, making some room and driving beautifully out towards the cover region.
Yes, exquisitely driven there by Alex Joseph, just getting a bit of room outside the off-stump to really free his arms, and this ball just rocket to the point boundary.
43 for 3. The score shot up. The scoring rate getting a little injection. 6.62. Alex Joseph again driving a good stop there at the extra cover in the extra cover region and limiting Alex to 1. That one was destined to the boundary again.
Yes, had 4 written all over it, but good diving stop there to the left. Certainly saved 3 runs.
Alex Joseph seemed to be timing it very well. He seemed to have gotten the pace of the wicket, and in the last 2 shots he played, he really got the timing right.
Yes, Alex Joseph, if he could stay around till the end, he certainly could post a respectable score for the Leatherbacks.
Lafay, a slower delivery and driven past the bowler straight, heading out towards the boundary, beats the diving Junior Henry and goes over. Very good straight drive there from, this time is the other Joseph, Siobhan Joseph.
Yes, good shot there by Captain Joseph, just hitting this one all along the ground, back past the bowler, and the agile Junior Henry could not come around to save it, certainly.
No. This is turning out to be a better over for the Leatherbacks. Lafay into Siobhan Joseph, and he is trying the big heave out towards mid-wicket, not making any contact. The over comes to a close after the 7th over. 48 for 3, the BABONNEAU Leatherbacks. They're well behind where they were in the previous encounter, where they got really close to 100, past 100.
Yes, in fact, they got 101. In the previous game at the end of over number 7, they were 61 for 2. But in the last game, in the 7th over, they were able to score 11 runs in this over. Identical, 11 runs in that over.
So if that trend continues, if they continue the trend of the previous game, we can hope that they will be picking up the scoring.
Yes, certainly they did pick up the scoring in the last 4 overs, some 51 runs were scored in the last 4.
And they have 3 overs left, and it will be Clem St. Rose. Clem St. Rose will have different ideas. We'll hope that he can bowl a better over on this occasion. He had suffered with the extras, and now he has an added issue with the left and right hand combination. This time he's over the wicket, bowling to Alex, and the length is excellent. The keeper goes up. The bowler is not even interested, but the keeper felt that he'd gotten something, but this one cut Alex Joseph in half. He's looking to work it down towards third man, not making any contact. A good delivery from Clem St. Rose.
Good delivery and much better start to the over.
He's on target on this last delivery. He was right on target. Jason Simon was excited, but Clem was not interested. Over the wicket into Alex again, and this time Alex is gloving this one out towards square leg. The keeper comes around. Is there a signal from the umpire? There's none, so it came off the glove, and Alex moves on by 1. The BABONNEAU Leatherbacks inches closer to the 50. They're 49 for 3 in the 8th over, Greg.
Yes, much better over this time by Clem. Really choking Alex there for room. He really could not free his arms. And 2 good deliveries so far in the over for Clem St. Rose.
A much more disciplined start from Clem St. Rose, but this time he's bowling to the right-hander. Over the wicket into Siobhan Joseph, and he's closer. And this is a beauty from Clem St. Rose. That was hit ferociously, traveling out towards a long off, and Clem St. Rose was in the way. Beautiful. Well done, Greg.
Yes, catch of the tournament so far, and certainly it's not the easiest of fit for a fast bowler to run in and then to have a ball struck back at you towards his left and low at that, and he was able to hold on to this one.
This is a fine execution from St. Rose, and we mentioned earlier the CHOISEUL Colports. They really look clinical in the field on this exhibition, in this occasion, in this match, and Clem St. Rose really living up to that and taking a beauty from Siobhan Joseph. 49 for 4. St. Rose again, and this one is edged down towards third man, and they come through for, oh wow, a slip there, and that ball goes over the boundary. What a mishap there from the fielder out on the boundary. Regulation stop, and he slipped. Must have been a little bit of moisture from the rain this morning, just slipping, and that ball going right through him. Oh my goodness, he made a meal of it. Greg.
Yes, the veteran Alvin Lafay just running this one to third man, and what should have just been 1 fielder allowed the ball to go through for 4 runs.
That did not do well for the figures of St. Rose, and this time he's, oh my goodness, it's not going their way. We talked about the feeling, and it's just a dollies towards the square leg, and in and out it goes. It's 2 errors in the field there by the Colports, Greg.
Yes, 2 consecutive deliveries, and we've seen 2 errors done there. Easy catch, really, put down there by Valence St-Ange.
Clem St. Rose is not well supported by his fielders at the moment, and this time out towards a wideish long on 1 run. They come through for the second. The throw is coming, and it's a wayward throw, and well backed up there, wayward throw, but 2 runs resulting. Clem St. Rose he bowled well, but his fielders did not support him that well. 56 for 4, the end of the 8th over.
Get more with our Massy card. 1 card, many locations for your rewards. Earn points at all Massy stores and Massy card partners island-wide, and watch your points grow. Visit our customer service desk at Massy stores or www.massycard.com for more information. Enjoy the many benefits that only your Massy card can bring.
The wicket of Alvin Lafay, and he was given a chance by St-Ange.
He should also have had Alvin Lafay on 1 because that boundary was gifted to Lafay, and it's already coming to Alvin Lafay. Big heave out towards mid-wicket. He comes through for 1. Think of the second. Alex Joseph is not even interested. He's pulled up the handbrake long before Alvin Lafay was looking out for the second, but Alex Joseph was not interested. 57 for 4. We're into the 9th over. Some 1.5 overs left. Audie Alexander, he's bowling his second over. His first over, he was very miserly, Audie Alexander. And there's some change in the field for the left-handed Alex Joseph, facing up to left-arm Chinaman bowler Audie Alexander. And this one is right up to him. The fielder that was just brought in comes around, does the fielding, and 1 run to the total, 58 for 4. 9th over being bowled. At that time in the previous game, leatherbacks were flying very high. 76 for 2.
At the end of the 8th.
At the end of the 8th, and this time it's 58 for 4. And this time it's down the leg side. Jason Simon makes a half stop. Umpire Cuthbert McVeigh will signal the wide. It's a wide and 2 wides there for the Leatherbacks. This will do well for the cause. The Babonneau Leatherbacks, they've moved to 60 for 4. We're into the 9th over. Will that score be enough? Audie Alexander into Alex, and he skies this one. The keeper calls for it very loudly, and Audie Alexander takes the top edge of Alex Joseph, and the 5th wicket goes down for the Leatherbacks.
Clever bowling there by Audie Alexander, really slowing this one up on this occasion, and Alex Joseph was into the shot way too early, and only Sky was able to get a top edge, and a skyer and wicketkeeper Jason Simon took a relatively easy catch.
And what was important about that catch, Jason Simon, he called very loudly. Audie Alexander was moving for that cotton ball, but Jason Simon took charge of the situation and called for it and took it very comfortably. Audie Alexander claiming his first wicket in this match. It's 60 for 5. Queen Henry is the new batsman, and there's a Queen Henry is a new batsman. Audie Alexander delivering this one just outside of off stump. 1.4. Some 8 deliveries left in this innings. The sun has left us momentarily, and this one is out toward the backward square where it finds Lafay in the way. Sky Lafay does the fielding, and a 1 run resulting. The score moves on by 1 to 65. A good shot there, but not finding the gap on this occasion.
A good shot by Alvin Lafay, finding Sky Lafay.
The Lafays are in business there, and it's Alexander into Henry. Henry is wrapped on the pads, and they come through. He got an edge on this one. It looks like he got an edge on this one. 1 more to the total. 62 for 5. 6 deliveries to go. How far can the Leatherbacks get?
Well, in the previous game at the same stage, the Leatherbacks, they were 87 for 2. So they are way short of where they were in the first game.
And the 2 batsmen at the wicket, 2 relatively new batsmen. Alvin Lafay has faced some 5 balls. Henry 1 for 1. And it's Alvina Simon, to bowl the 10th over, the last 6 balls. And the sun has come back. It disappeared momentarily under the clouds, but it's back with us on the Beausejour Darren Sammy Cricket Ground here at Beausejour is now clothed with sunshine again, and this one is beating Henry between the batsman and the stump. Jason Simon, the stumps were exposed, and just Queen Henry is batsman on strike, and Simon dot delivery to start the 10th and final over. 60 for 5. How far can the Leatherbacks get? They got to 100 in the previous game. 62 for 5, and this time he's edging. Educated edge out towards the boundary, and he'll beat the fielder coming around from third man, and he will get a four more to the total, 66 for 5. Simon, good delivery, good length as well. Quinn Henry looking to go inside out and getting the outside edge, beating Jason Simon and the short footman fielder, and 4 runs, Greg.
Yes, good 40-water shot there.
Again, Quinn Henry going for the big heave out towards the mid wicket, not making any contact. Alvinus Simon is keeping it pretty quiet. 66 for 5. Simon, this time he plays the little paddle out towards the fine leg boundary. He gets the boundary. Very good shot there from Quinn. It's good improvisation from Henry on this occasion.
Yes, Quinn Henry, looking at the field, certainly saw the long leg area being vacant and really played the scoop to good effect and was able to get 4 valuable runs for his team.
A good shot from Henry. This time he does the reverse, misses it. So for him there in this over, it's a hit, a miss, a hit, a miss. That's the pattern we see him going. 1.5, 1 delivery to go. Can they get to 76 or past that? It's Henry. Simon to Henry. Henry is giving him the charge out towards the boundary. It will be the field over the boundary. 4 runs. A good finish from Quinn Henry. 74 for 5. The BABONNEAU Leatherbacks, a good finish from Quinn Henry. He finishes with 13 from 7. Good improvisation in that final over from him. 74 for 5. Is that going to be enough, Greg?
It doesn't appear to be. So, Clivers, we have discussed in the past that pass score would be perhaps 90. Anything above 90 could start being challenging, but 75 to win, considering the Cole Potts, they have gotten the highest total in the tournament so far, 116 for 2. So the Leatherbacks would be disappointed with their batting effort. The previous game, they got to 101 for 1, and on this occasion, just 74.
And we were expecting some fireworks coming from the Cole Potts if they are to get to the 75 required for a victory. And we can just take a look at some of the stats, the bowling figures being shown, and we can talk about the bowling of the CHOISEUL Cole Potts.
The captain, Bronte Bears, was very impressive. It's 2 overs just for 6 runs.
2 overs for 6.
And he picked up 1 wicket, but he was out with an injury. It looked like he sustained on the field. So perhaps we'll have to find out, what's the extent of his injury.
And we also had Audie Alexander bowling 2 overs, 2 for 10, 2 miserly overs from Audie Alexander as well.
Yes, Audie has been, you could safely say in our cricket, Audie by now is a veteran in the game. He has been around for a while now. So certainly you expect him to go out there at that level and able to hold his own.
The most expensive bowler, Clem Centrose, he had a very wayward first over, but he came back very, very well. And the figures reflected there does not do justice to how he bowled that second over.
Yes, 6 wides in the first over. And in his second over, first 2 deliveries, they were very economical. And third delivery, Alvin Lafayette getting 1 down through third one. And the popped the fielding, and the ball went through to the fielder for 4. And next delivery looked to work 1 off his pad, and the man at the backward square area, what would say a regulation catch, and somehow perhaps it was easier to drop it than to hold on to it, and that's what he did.
What can you say about the captaincy of Bronte whilst he was there, and the use of his bowlers?
Well, we had some good bowling changes, and he in particular, or at least he led by example. So certainly he came out there and he sort of put up his marker, and the guys really follow suit.
Excellent. I agree with you completely. And even using Valence Saint-Ange for just 1 over, and we see Valence Saint-Ange bowling 4 dot balls. his one over going for 6 runs, a very tight over as well. So him being the extra bowler and opening with best, bowling that one very economical over. So the captain did not give the batters a chance to see anybody for too long. He was really moving them around, and that was to their advantage.
But I was a little surprised that Setanch did not get a second over, considering the first over was very economical.
And a little bit of a highlights from the innings of the BABONNEAU Leatherbacks. And Stephen, very early on, we've seen a maiden over. That's not a very likely occurrence in T10 cricket.
As a matter of fact, the last year's tournament, there was only one maiden. I think it was bowled by Dylan John, the fast bowler from Central Castries. Yeah. So there was one last year. It's early in the tournament this year. We've had one. So let's see if we could get more than one this year.
Caleb Thomas, he just this time around depositing this one over extra cover and getting a boundary. Caleb Thomas, we know him for his explosive hitting. In the previous game, he had a good hand getting his team out to over 100. And it was Bronte, the captain, pulling up. That ball was challenging him to the boundary, and he pulled up. I think the effort was there. It must have been a hamstring or something, but he pulled up. An injury to the Cole Potts, Audie Alexander, coming into the attack and just pegging back Thomas's leg stump. Thomas giving himself on this occasion a bit too much room, and there could be the feeling from Laffey finding Zaire Antoine shortly going for the second run, and Zaire Antoine was livid with the call from Siobhan.
Yeah, there was a bit of hesitancy on his part coming for the second, and that cost him his wicket.
And Siobhan Joseph taking full toll on Venus Simon and getting a boundary. Then it was Laffey and Alex Joseph on this occasion playing out towards the cover region and beating the fielder running around from a wide dish long off and getting 4. Laffey to Joseph, skipper Joseph, and Joseph taking him down. Junior Henry making a valiant effort there, but couldn't stop that one. Very well timed from Siobhan Joseph. And on comes Clem St. Rose. And a beauty from Clem St. Rose.
Yes, great effort there by the bowler for that cotton ball.
A contender for the catch of the tournament from St. Rose. Very well taken. And Laffey comes in, Alvin Laffey running this one down to third man. Regulation, what should be regulation fielding, goes through the legs and over the boundary 4. Alexander comes in again, is the second over, and Alex Joseph skying this one. Alexander slowing this one up a bit. Jason Simon, the wicketkeeper, taking charge of the situation and taking a very comfortable regulation catch. Alvina Simon, and outside edge found out towards the boundary from Henry. He gets 4. He was very creative in this innings. Again, the deal scoop being played to good effect on that occasion.
Brazil chasing 75 for victory. Gotten very cool all of a sudden. So Rosemont is starting. Henry waits, and Henry pulls at the first delivery out towards the very man by our camera at square leg, and they're off and running, so to speak. So already they're scoring faster than BABONNEAU.
Yes, because the first over was a maiden over. Actually maiden wicket.
There was some 6 wides in that over by Clemson Rose, who then really came back to take the catch of the series, a low cotton ball chance, as described. Chevron Joseph going for 16, cotton ball St. Rose, after a disaster first over. So Roseman will bowl to the left-handed Alexander, who was maybe the best bowler on the show in a sense. He had, 2 overs, 2 for 10. Let's see how he'll do with the bat. Well, he wouldn't get any bat to that, or else he tried really hard outside the land of the leg stump. But he's always been seen, even when he played for St. Lucia and the Windwards, as an all-rounder.
Yes, he's a capable batsman. But more renowned for his bowling than his batting.
Yep. So I remember seeing him here bowling well before lunch on the opening day. This delivery pulls at that, it's going out towards mid-wicket, travelling very quickly, looking for the second. There could be in some trouble here. The keeper doesn't gather it, but I think the batsman would have been home in any case. So Alexander is 2, and total moving to 4 without loss. Alexander getting into his wicket, a yard or 2 to the left or right, and he's traveling so quickly he probably would have gone over the rope. As delivery is driven at him, almighty drive. And had he contacted that, would have sailed over the extra over boundary, but he didn't. 2 Alexander, 1 Henry, 4 without loss. They need 75 to pick up a victory here. And the non-striker runs down to have a word of advice. But take your time. We are not going for a major total. We don't have to take too much chances. Outside the leg stump, wide call. 1 more to the total, 5 without loss. So BABONNEAU really suffered in the first 5 overs. Scored a little faster in the second. 28 for 3 after 5 overs. They got up to 74. And he lost that down about control. I don't believe it was meant to go over the head of the long on. He deliberately just hit it like a golf shot. Dropped well before the long off. So he's given the strike to Henry. Henry is 1, he's 3. It's 6 without loss. And we are in the first over. The sun is back with us. More people are coming into the stands after their vaccination. It's well organized. I did check when I came in, and the overthrow will allow 1, will allow the second, or will they? No. They decide they want us go for the third.
No ball in
So no ball. Free hit. 6 without loss. The first free hit of the day. So how successful Henry will be. Roseman will be looking for a Yorker. As he goes into Henry, Henry slams that pass, the bowler. It went to the left of our commentary position as a bullet. So taking full advantage of the no ball is 13 without loss. We've got 5 overs. So already more productive CHOISEUL than BABONNEAU was. Roseman, once more goes in. That's down the leg side, and the batsman falls in his tremendous effort to swing that, lost his footing. But no damage, he's up very quickly. 14 without loss, over number 1. They need 75 in the game to come. The second game to come is Mabea versus Viewford North. Viewford North had a comprehensive victory in their first game. Roseman once more goes in, and good delivery, made a little bit of height. The batsman went back. I had to just pull out of the shot at the last moment. So the first over is completed, 14 runs conceded, and in their quest of 75 for victory, they are 14 without loss. Here's the former St. Lucia and Windward's batsman, Greg Wilson.
Yes, right. Good productive over there by the CHOISEUL Coal Pots. The bowler on this occasion transgressing the crease, going over. No ball called by Ashby, and we saw Junior Henry really taking full advantage of this one. Over attempted slow ball. From my observation, he saw him looking to roll the fingers over the ball, and Junior Henry did spot that very early and really struck it beautifully past him.
Beg your pardon. Henry is 7, Alexander is 3, 40 without loss. On the left hand, Alexander with no slip, no gully. There's a third man, a backward point, a cover, extra cover mid-off. Extra cover is very close in. And false start from Antoine as the little man goes back to the mark, and running back to the mark. So there's the enthusiasm to come in and bowl. So Roseman, 14 without loss to Alexander on the full, and hit that very hard. There'll be an extra run. It's fired in unnecessary. Well, I certainly thought there should have been an extra run, but they decided against it. I don't know if Alexander felt that he had gone past the crease area he was running to. So only 1-15, but a really dolly of a full toss, and he might have put away.
Yeah, he should have put this one away for 4 reds, but got close to the fielder and he was able to.
I don't know if he was surprised by the delivery, but now he's a non-striker. He's 4, Henry 7, 15 without loss. Antoine bowling over the wicket as the square leg comes off the boundary and goes into the circle. Long off out, long on out. And Antoine to move into Henry. Henry is playing a very defensive shot. He just comes forward and plays it back to the bowler. Without loss, we've had eight deliveries completed. And Antoine, a little man, races in, and that's flicked away, a lovely shot outside the leg stump. And who told him to put it there? Because a delightful shot down towards square leg that races the total to 19 without loss. And you just can't bowl there with the feel that the captain has given you.
Yes, with this sort of restriction, right? This one was angled into the pads, and Junior Henry just really freeing his hands there. Just hitting it to the left of Alvin Lafayette, down to the backward point 1344. Backward square, sorry.
Henry 11, Alexander 4, 19 without loss. Antoine bowls once more. This is driven. Conceding the mid-off, they've pushed him back to his long off, and they'll be only a single. So the strike rotated after the boundary as it goes to 20 with a loss. If you're chasing 75 for victory, you must feel that you are setting a nice foundation.
These two are certainly setting the foundation for a comfortable victory.
Antoine goes around the wicket to the left hand Alexander, who turns it out in the onside. There's an appeal by the bowler. The umpire doesn't seem to be interested. He might initially have had a look and an assessment and figured there was no justification in the appeal. In case you've just joined the telecast, we started an hour earlier today. That's lofted over long on, pitched up, and deliberately hitting, no miscue, just picking it up and going through the line. Good clean hit as Alexander joins the scoring party. He's 10. His partner Henry is 12. And they have raced up to 26 without loss of.
It's my life and I want more. More time, more power. Hey, my Lucy, like Bill, listen hard. I pay with credit or debit card. Pay direct to Lucy, like my account. I have the power, yeah. Pay online to Lucy, like my account. Anywhere, any day, any hour. Lights are on at home. No more standing in line, no more worrying about my bill. Now I'm all paid up, got more time to chill, yeah, yeah. Pay my Lucy like bill, listen hard. I pay with credit or debit card.
The screen, that's the 81st 6 in the tournament. Ronan will verify that a bit later on. So, scoring at 13, as you heard Greg said. Third over about to start is going to be Thomas to move in, and that's in the air. It's going to slide down just inside the rope. Just inside the rope, and 4 more runs. Didn't get hold of it. I think he was looking to hit that high over extra cover. And Henry with that miscued shot, a little bit of luck running his way, but it almost traveled over the third man boundary for 6. Just dropped inside. He moves to 16. Alexander is 10, and they're racing away with it. 30 without loss. This is another one with the wind. This is going to travel into the Johnson Charles stand, hits a seat area, and then bounces back. So 36 without loss. They're really in a hurry. 36 without loss. They need 45 or 47.
Yes, Junior Henry really taking a liking to this ball. It seems right, but this one really nice picked up shot and really hit it with the wind.
Thomas conceding a lot of runs in this already, and this would have been a magnificent catch if he had plucked it out. But traveling at a rate of knots. Fiesman jumping up just inside the rope, but I didn't think he got the fingertips to it. And it's gone up to 42. This is the most expensive over delivered. And the CHOISEUL cost of 42 without loss.
Yes, some 16 runs coming off just the first 3 deliveries.
Henry is 28. This delivery, well, he hits it further. And somebody who has had their vaccination, be careful. You need to have a hard hat if you're going to sit there as it goes out of the ground. Just the second one out of the ground, 48 without loss. Henry in a no-nonsense mood is 34. Alexander is 10. And, well, total domination.
Yes, right. Junior Henry certainly in a bludgeoned mood there. This last delivery there, 4th one struck out of the grounds, right over the Johnson Charleston into the car park. Just hope, Reds, there's no damage to any vehicle out there, because with the number of persons who came in for the COVID vaccine, the car park, has quite a few vehicles out there, and some insurance company may have to refund somebody some windscreen.
Well, it depends on the insurance. I was once doing a game in Barbados at the Wanderers club. Wanderers were, I think, in the field. And I had parked my car just around the boundary. And the 6 smashed not the windscreen, luckily, but smashed the front glass. And, it was on the weekend, and if it had rained, I would have been in real trouble. And as soon as I had finished, I had to get into the car and get it down to the car dealer. And then later found out that it was, according to the insurance, an act of God.
Born from the same soil, growing stronger.
Raised of our own sweat and toil, doing it together.
I'll bank for you and me,
taking us forward so proudly.
First National Bank, the best of who we are. First National Bank, together we'll go far. The pride of St. Lucia, here to stay.
Growing up, growing stronger, it's a First National way.
Every day we're back in better.
friends in India, we can say that the opening game was played by India here. It was a 3-day game played by the Indian touring team. Yes, against the Bust 11. And I remember the commentary was done above the players' pavilion. So we're going to start outside the off stump, slashed away, a chance for a catch taken. So not the fifth partnership that Greg was predicting, and quite naturally because they were going so well. 48 for 1, 48 for 1. A bit of a slash there by Henry, but it didn't carry over the Fiesman back in the rope. And I would say he attacked the ball nicely, good catch. It's 1 for 48, and we are in the third over.
Yes, Thomas bowling this one wide outside the off stump, and Junior Henry, in the sort of mode that he was really truly bat at it, was not in control. Ball peel off the edge of the bat, and young Zayat one coming off the footman boundary, and it made the catch look quite easy, Reds.
Yes, but maybe just getting a little carried away. It didn't have to go maybe that hard, but it's happened. So he's gone for 34. He'll be happy. He got 34 off 12 balls, and it's 48 for 1, but an excellent start, especially if you're only chasing 75. Well, Alexander will be in strike. Simon is the new batsman. He'll be the non-striker. And Thomas 1 for 22. Thomas 1 for 22. Antine none for 12. Thomas's is. And that's played onto a backward point. Alexander out of the blocks very quickly. He was looking for the signal. He got an opportunity. That was just on the front foot, stared to backward point. And he was a mini Usain Bolt. 1 for 49. The over is in fact completed. So we've had 3 overs bowled. 49 for 1. 49 for 1. A little conference between Alexander and Simon. Communication, a very important thing. 49 for 1. 49 for 1. Great.
Just a quick comparison with the first game, Reds. They had 49 for 1 in the third over. But in the first game, they were 38 without loss after 3. So they have actually gone 11 runs better than the first game.
Yes. And Simon to face the bowling from the far end. Charles has been brought into the attack. Thomas 1 for 23 of his solitary over. So he'll be happy with the wicket, but he couldn't be happy with the runs he conceded. So Charles to move in, and that's a little dab outside the line of the off stump. There's a half appeal by the keeper who dances away. Probably is a pretty good dancer. So we will never know. 49 for 1. Simon is 1. Alexander 10. I think Alexander will be quite keen to get the strike. That's a turn to fine leg, and will get the strike now. As that was outside the leg stump and hit the leg by. So a leg by takes it to a wrong 50. 50 for 1. And, well, our spectators are not impressed. Nobody is even applauding. Or they feel it's all over bar the shouting.
Apparently, Reds.
But if you didn't pay entry, at least you could applaud the 50. It's a bit of a hallmark. Alexander flicked that around. Oh, nice looking shot. The Gordon Greenwich in reverse. Well, maybe a little bit of the Roy Fredericks there. Beautiful shot. Alexander races up to 14. And the total goes up to 54 on the board. Nicely played. Good balance, huh, Greg?
Yes, just tripping this one off the hip, as you said, Reds, a la Gordon Greenwich, but it's only Alexander, it's a left-hander.
Yes, but that's why I said maybe Roy Fredericks. They were a good opening pair. They were the best opening pair for the West Indies in average. That slapped away, nicely stopped by a diving backward point and prevents anything like a second run. Good to see that there is that kind of commitment, even if it's a losing cause. 155, Alexander 15, Simon is 2. The run rate is in fact 15, and we're in the 7th over. Charles to bowl to Simon. Simon gets it in the pad. There's a big appeal for leg before. Umpire doesn't respond in the way how the bowler wanted. From the leg before appeal. Simon waiting for Thomas bowling over the wicket, and hits that down the ground and through the mid on, and putting it down. It didn't, wasn't hit all that with power. They were able to take a signal, and he moved to 3. Missed opportunity.
Hi, I'm Tedison John of the Tedison John Project. Even when we're not rehearsing, we stay connected. Flow makes it easy with Flow bundle plans. My mobile phone, internet broadband to download and send files, my home office fixed line. All the services I need in one place. And guess what? The more services you use, the less you pay. Yep, get more and pay less. Guys, you can't go wrong on this one. Bundle today.
The bungee rope, square cover. Just fine leg is in. Everything will be in the circle. So Simon will be in strike. Just had a life on 3. Alexander's on 15. It's 56 for 1. And we'll start of the 7th over. So, start of the 6th over. Let me vacate my chair. Start of the 5th over. I think what I saw was the remaining is 6. So I will not be biting into Plywood's time, but he will be along to describe the closing rights. And it's going to be Cauldron, correction. Oh, doesn't start too well. Wide outside of some bowling off spin. And Cauldron brought into the attack. A bit late in the day, but if it's there, it's there, and that's nicely hit down to backward point with a quick stop. Should have maybe just played it a little later, caressed it past the backward point. It's 1 for 57. That's hit in the air, a chance for the bowler to take the catch. He does. Running back, he seemed to be a little off balance, trying to stop from his bowling action to run back, and Simon really blotting the Scorpio book there. You're 57 on the board, you need 75, and you haven't really got the knack of the bowler, and very good cotton bowl. The second one we've seen.
Yeah, but this second one was much easier than the first one. Yeah, Jason Simon seems to be struggling a little with the batting in this inning in particular. Some 7 deliveries for just 3 runs. We've seen him sort of mistime this one, and even in the previous over, he was given a live.
Yes. So. But I thought the bowler did very well to stop the advance going forward, to run back, but I mean, no comparison with the catch done by St. Rose. So 4.2 overs, and Alexander gets a new partner. So Alexander 15. He hasn't had much of the strike of late, Greg.
Yes, he has been off strike for a while, and having opened the innings, one would expect Reds that, as we would say, his eyes would be open by now, and he should be timing the ball beautifully, but he has been robbed of the strike of late.
So Smith, first name Vince? Yep. Vince Smith is the new batsman. Smith will face Alexander. The non-strike is on 15 and plays about to resume. Now he looks like he's going to go around the wicket. The ball to Smith. So two left-handers. And Smith just taking his guard, looks around. Strong onside feel. And Smith coming forward and just pushing quietly out to the offside. The bowler with all the enthusiasm in the world. You can expect that if you just had a cotton bowl. And you can go home and at least say, I got a wicket. Around the wicket, he comes into Smith. Smith looking to, he looked in the direction of where the ball went. I'm not too sure he was looking to really play that. He came back for the second. So Alexander is still without the strike. And I think if he in fact wasn't strike during the last over or two, he probably would have advanced the score very quickly. That's pushed out in the onside. Again, they come back for the second run. Not a good return. Very ungainly the return. Smith is 4, Alexander remains in 15, and the total goes up to 61. They are 14 away. That's cut down towards backward point. Can't get a run. It went straight to backward point. So that's the completion of the 5th over. And after 5 overs, they're 61 for 2. Alexander is 15. Vince Smith is 4. Audrey Alexander 15. Vince Smith is 4. 61 for 2 more from Greg, and then it will be Clivus.
The CHOISEUL Coalport would be very pleased with the performance at the halfway stage. Just 2 wickets down, but most importantly, 61 runs on the board. Just some 14 runs required for victory. So they are well on the way for the first victory in the tournament. Charles.
Barring any major mishap, the Coalports should get over the line. Charles bowls into Alexander. Alexander, who has been stabbed off strike, is working this one out towards the short fine leg in the circle, and he comes through for 1. The score moves on by 1 to 62. 62 for 2. The Coalports very well placed. They getting the impetus from the openers, Junior Henry and Alexander, who's still there on 16. Junior Henry getting some 34 runs from 12 balls. And they're well on course, Greg.
Yes, but the knock from Junior Henry was very impressive. Really set the platform for them. At this point in time, there's absolutely no pressure. You could afford to win the game in just singles.
They need just 13 from some 4.1. Is it 4.1? 5.1. So.
That was what a single.
The score, Javon Charles, this time looked lining up to go over the wicket to Smith, a left-handed Vince Smith, and we know of his power. He showed his power in the last game for the Coalports. Vince Smith. 13 needed, 12 needed for a victory. It's Charles to Smith, and this one is right up into the block hole and off the edge. And they come through for one. Smith moves on by one. The score moves on to 64. 11 runs needed. Greg Wilson. It should be a walk in the park from here on in.
Yeah, they're certainly on cruise control. No need to bust a sweat.
It's Charles, this time to Alexander. He's been there from the inception. He's faced 9 balls. He's on 16. And Alexander is driving out toward extra cover. And this one is very well timed. He will not get a run. He remains on 64 for 2. Alexander remains on 16. He's faced some 10 balls. He's 16. Charles will bowl again to him. Charles moves in to Alexander. And this one is wide. A full delivery and slashing out towards the deep extra cover. And they come through for one. They think of the second. It's not on a good return there from the fielder. And they are restricted to just 1 run. 1 more to the total. 65 for 2. Some 10 required for victory, Greg.
Yeah, good work done there by Alvin Lafay on the boundary.
Veteran Alvin Lafay, and this one is on the line of leg stump, and he hits him in the mid-rib. A good length there from Charles on this occasion.
Yes, just pulling the back length a bit, and Vince Smith on this occasion looking to force this one through the mid-wicket area, but was not successful.
65 for 2, 10 runs needed for victory. Vince Smith would want to finish that in a hurry. The cloud is beginning to form nicely, and Vince Smith looking for that hoik again, looking for that mid-wicket region, and not making clean contact. The ball just peels off the edge and down to a short third man. A backward point comes around, cut in cross the third man fielder, and they move through for 1. 66 for 2. 9 runs for victory. Alexander back on strike.
Yes, Odi Alexander have been starved of the strike for the longest while.
Alexander, and this time he picks him up over mid-wicket with the wind, and he whitish long one as well. He's getting that 6 with the wind. Once he picks him up, he's going over the boundary, Greg Wilson.
Yeah, beautiful struck boundary there by Odi Alexander. Charles on this occasion just bowling right in the arc, and Odi needs no second invitation, really swung at this one high and made good contact into the Johnson Charleston. So getting them closer to the winning total, just 3 more runs required.
Today, I would like to introduce you to the fixed special deposit. What's so special about this deposit? It is all about you, the customer. The interest rates and maturity periods are negotiable. That's how special this is. The special deposit instrument was designed to meet the needs of those who cannot be accommodated within the existing investment options. For more information on our special deposit and other investments, call Fix today at 458-8700 or 458-8740 or email Fix at info@fixlimited.com. Fix, firm and upright.
Stuart Cauldron to continue, and he has the cap, and this one is hit straight out towards long off, and they get 4. 1 bounce 4. The game is over. CHOISEUL Colports have done it. Odi Alexander, it's Vince Smith hitting this boundary on this occasion, and the finishing it off for the Colports. Smith. Good victory for the CHOISEUL Colports. Good comeback victory after suffering defeat in the previous game.
Yes, good convincing victory, and that's first the bowlers, they were able to restrict the Babonneau Leatherbacks for 74 for 5, and at that turn in the crease just 6.1 over, and it was all over by the shouting. So certainly a good convincing victory, and that should really do the confidence a world of good. Last year, CHOISEUL was one of the teams I would have tipped to have been in the last 4, and they were sort of disappointed not to have gone further in the tournament. But this year, they have come out and they look a much organized unit. They look more focused, and certainly I see them and the Miku Eagles as the two front runners.
Very much so. Very organized, the CHOISEUL team, and they've shown that in the cricket from CPL through to the other excellency organized tournaments. CHOISEUL looks very organized and very focused as well. They come in with a strategy, and you can clearly see their strategy by judging by how they execute out in the field. So a good victory from the CHOISEUL Coal Pots. And just to give you a couple of notable highlights so far in the tournament, we have the highest score in the tournament from CHOISEUL, the same Coal Pots team, 116 for 2 against Grizzly. Unfortunately, they lost that game. And then Labrie with 106 against Beaufort South and 101 BABONNEAU Leatherback. So with 2 high-scoring teams were engaged today, and they did not live up to that kind of high scoring, especially on the part of the Leatherbacks, Greg Wilson.
Yeah, the Leatherbacks would have been very disappointed with their batting efforts, but one can't take nothing away from CHOISEUL. They really bowled well led by the captain, Bronte Bess.
And we saw him limping out there doing pleasantries. We have our on-field crew is there with the captains, and we'll go to our on-field crew to hear from the captains.
Coming now. Okay. Siobhan, this was a tough match. You've had a taste of both the highs and the lows. How do you plan to regroup and move on from here?
Well, to start, I believe we didn't bat as well as we wanted to. We were at least 25 to 30 runs short of where we wanted to be at the beginning. Yeah, like you said, we've won one, lost one. So we just have to put the bad game behind us and come better in the next game.
A new pitch was used today. Talk to us about the conditions and how did that factor in as well?
Well, I would say it played very well. It's just that we weren't able to get the ball away as we wanted to. But the pitch did play pretty good.
And now talk to us about now as you prepare for the next match. Give us an idea of how we're just waiting for Bronte to get here. So give us an idea of what you'll be talking to your team members about now.
Well, just to make a better use of the power play. As you see today, we didn't get as many as we wanted to in the power play, so we were always chasing the score that we wanted to get. So moving forward, it's just to attack the power play and get ourselves ahead so that we don't have that much work to do in the end.
Siobhan, good luck with the rest of the competition.
Thank you.
All right, Bronte, I'm sorry we had to drag you all this way here. First of all, how are you feeling?
Well, not too good at all. Hopefully, whatever recuperation I can get, hopefully before the next game, so I'll be hopefully fit enough to play the next game. But right now, it's not looking too good.
Yeah, but you had cause to celebrate. Talk to us about that.
Well, yeah, as I said initially, our main goal now is just, since we lost the first game, win all the remainder of the games. We bowled first, we restricted them to like 74 runs. That's a very good score to restrict a team for in a 10-over game, 7.5 and over to win. We went out there, get the score in like less than 8 overs, so that was very commendable on the guys.
The batsmen have approached this with a lot of intensity.
Yes. So far, from the first game, we scored 116 for 2, which so far remains the highest score of the tournament. And now we scored 74 in a little over 7 overs. So that shows, the guys are playing aggressive cricket, but positively aggressive cricket, because we're still not losing that many wickets. So that's good for the betterment of our progress.
Based on your first match and your score, weren't you tempted to at least have another go to see if you can even top that 116?
Well, yeah, I'll say so. Yes, it was tempting, but then looking at the previous games, you have I could say results going more to the teams chasing. I don't know if it's a sense of comfortability when you know what you have to target. I mean, they do say in cricket, runs on the board is runs on the board, but maybe there's a clearer focus with chasing. So we had to go with it today, and it worked out superbly.
And refreshingly as well, I think I have to double check the scores, but I'm almost sure there was a reduction in the amount of extras we had this time around. How much did you talk to your players, the bowlers especially, about keeping this down?
Yes, that was a big point as well, because even I think I was watching one of the games yesterday, and there was an amazing stat that I think so far there's already over 100 extras in a 10-over tournament. That was staggering. So today we had one of our opening bowlers who started off bowling a couple of wides, but then still the extras were not as much, so that all that is signs of improvement, and we still want to continue improving to go on and win the tournament.
All right, Bronte, I certainly hope that you can get back into good shape for the next tournament. All the best.
Thank you very much.
There you heard it from the two captains, a very elated Bronte Best. He suffered an injury, but he's still pretty excited on the back of a good victory by 8 wickets from his team. And we have the big one coming up this afternoon, Greg. Mabwea Valley Constrictors taking on the Beaufort North Raiders.
Yes, that should be a very interesting game. Really want to see the likes of Tariq Gabriel up against the Constrictors. Constrictors didn't play that bad of the first game, but certainly there's room for improvement, and we're hoping to get a better performance from them.
Certainly, and we look forward to this one coming up, a very confident Beaufort North Raiders team on the heels of a victory. We have the big one coming up, but we will break for now, and we come back at 1:30 for the big one, the Mabwea Valley Constrictors against the Beaufort North Raiders.
Remember me?